A lot of people see my 30-minute work days, 15-minute work days, even 5-minute work days, and they think all I'm doing is clicking a button, and they think that they can replicate the same thing within 5 minutes. But what they fail to realize is all you see is now, and you don't understand what it took for me to make what I was able to make in that 5 minutes, or me to finish the day within 15 minutes of the market opening, or how I'm done on the day within the first 30 minutes. And a lot of people won't show you that either, or see what it took to actually get to this point. People, even in real life, they're like, yo, I want to be done work in the first 1 hour. Yo, you're so lucky to be finished in the first 30 minutes. But they don't understand what it took to get here. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what it took to get to where I'm at right now. So hopefully it'll help you guys on your journey and hopefully encourage you guys to continue on your path. Because a lot of people think they're going to make it in the first 2 weeks of trading and think that, they need 30 minutes or less time of screen time in order to be a profitable trader. And that's just not the case whatsoever. But, people that are trying to replicate my chapter 30, me finishing the first 15 minutes, I really don't journal or anything like that. They think they're going to replicate that and become a profitable trader, but they don't understand that they're on their chapter 2. And what they do in the chapter 2 is going to be way different than what do I do on a chapter 30. So first things first, number one, when I first got started, I was on the screens constantly. And I think that's the most important thing ever, is to be on the screens. Learn why price is doing this, why price is doing that. Really, I was on the screens for hours every single day. Not 5 minutes, not 15 minutes. I was on here for hours just analyzing this thing. Why price is doing this? Why is it reacting here? Where are these reactive areas at? Oh, it's reacting right here. It started bouncing, came back down. Oh, there's another reaction right there. Just seeing what price is doing, understanding the why, right? And just overall learning how to trade. And you're not going to learn how to trade for 5 minutes every single day, right? This takes time. You got to understand what contracts to pick, what tickers to pick. Why is price doing what it's doing? What strategy am I using? What time frames am I using? All the stuff that you got to figure out. And screen time is super important, which is why I'm able to finish within 5 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes in a day, because I understood why price is doing this. I understand price action. I understand why price is reacting here. I understand what contracts to get. I understand how to optimize my trades. I understand where to enter, where to exit at. And you're not going to be able to understand that within the first 5-10 minutes every single day. And that's it. No, you need to sit here for hours at a time and just figure out why price is doing this. Learn. Every weekend, I would just go back. And even the same days, the trades that I took, I would just go back and I would see, okay, where was the best entry for the day? Where was the best exits? And I had to be realistic with myself. If I got in here, where would I get stopped out at? Where was my exit at? Where was that 1-to-1 risk to reward at least? Where would price tell me to get out at? And just stuff like that, like little stuff like that, even though it's a little bit different, looking real time versus looking at the chart after it happened. But I'll just go back and see how possibly I could have got that best entry. And it's just looking at these reactive points. Like right here, nice reactions in this area. Right here, nice reaction right there. That H to the downside. Just going back and seeing what I could have done better. Seeing if there's another entry. Seeing if my entry was good or I hesitated. You're not going to get trading just like that. It took me 2 years to actually become profitable. And when I say become profitable, that's not like thousands and thousands of dollars per day. That's like a couple $100s per day, which is still pretty good. A lot of people see where I'm at right now, but they don't see what it took to get there, right? They think they're going to go from making $0 per day to making thousands per day, and that's just not the case whatsoever. And a lot of people will quit. If you're making like $10 per day, you're outpacing like 80% of these people out there, because most of these people aren't profitable for a reason. I see why most people aren't profitable. I used to think when I had red days back in the day, when I wasn't profitable, but I was getting to that point of being profitable, and it's like so close, but it's like so far. I used to think like if I had a red day or like a red week and it was like a bad red day, or like it was just like I was losing every single day, I used to think the worst. I was like, training's not for me. Like, I don't know how these other people are doing it. They're all fake. All these gurus out there, they're all fake. That's just how I felt when I first got started. I just didn't understand how it's possible. But then when I made money, when I was green on the day, I was like, oh, maybe, I just did something that I shouldn't have. But that got me thinking, right? When I reacted like that on red days and I reacted like that on a green day, obviously trading's possible. I'm able to make money. And I know what I'm doing wrong. but I'm not admitting myself to be wrong. I'm taking the blame and putting it on someone else. When in reality, you should be putting that blame on yourself and figuring out why you're red on the day. This is my 3rd week being green. I haven't taken a single loss at all. And if you guys in the chat room, you guys already know that. And it's insane. And a lot of people are like, oh, I wish I could get that. I wish I can get that. I wish I can get that. You can get that at chapter 30. Right now you're on chapter 15. Who cares if I'm in my 3rd green week or it's been 1 month since I took a red trade? It doesn't matter. What matters is to learn from that so you can get from chapter 15 to your chapter 16 and your chapter 17. Because right now your chapter 15, you're not going to be as consistent, but you're learning how to become profitable and you're learning how to get profitable. Because in all reality, your $10 days don't matter, right? Just think about your future. Your $10 days and your $20 days monetarily don't matter, right? It's just $10. It's just $20. It's just the principle of making $10 that really counts, or making $20. And when you're in your chapter 10, that's what you need to do. You need to consistently build it up. $20 days, $20 days, $20 days. You lose $10 on this trade. You make $20 on this trade. You lose $10. You're building up the foundation. You're not just going to go from making $0 to $1,000 a day. Like in some get rich quick scheme. This is trading. It's hard at first, and then now you know how to manage how hard trading is to where it looks easy on your chapter 30. Because I make trading look easy. I get people all the time, so you just click buttons. No. You know how long it took me to be able to figure out when to click the button at the right time? And now I'm done in the first 5 minutes. Today I was done in the first 30 minutes, 2 for 2 on the day. My account's up 4.5% on the day. It's not just because I clicked the button at the right time. It's all those years before that in order to be able to click the button at the right time. I was on my screen every single day. I was in lockdown mode for 2 years. Didn't go out much at all, and I was just so focused on trading. Which, there were some cons to that. You lose relationships with your friends. You lose relationships with, if you have a girlfriend or if you have a boyfriend, whatever. There's consequences and there's sacrifices that needs to be made in order for you to become a profitable trader. And then you could reap the benefits after. But a lot of people won't make that sacrifice, which is why 85% of people don't actually make it trading, and you're just wasting your time. And at the same time, you're on your screen all day and you're not doing anything. You're just seeing it and you're just not applying what you need to be applied. When I was at my screens all day, right, I would look at what's reacting. I would look why price action is doing this. A lot of people, they'll just be like, this is coming down, this is coming down. No, you have to think about, if you were in the trade, what would you do there? If you were in the trade, what would you done there? What would you done there? What would you done there? And you keep repeating it until you see it real time, real life, right now, that you see prices reacting here, and you're like, oh shoot, yesterday I saw price doing this and that and this, maybe this would be a good entry. And then you just think about the trade, and this is where your stop loss would be, this is where your entry would be, this is where your exit would be, and this is just a repeatable process. But like I said, all you guys see is now. You guys don't see those countless hours on it. You guys don't see what it took to actually get to this point. I'm done on the day, 2 for 2 on the day, first 30 minutes today, and that's it. I don't really journal anymore. I don't do all this stuff. I don't read those books, stuff like that. I don't really read trading books at all, because I just focus on my own experiences and my own learning, right? Because this is learning. Looking at the chart, I'm always learning, right? And I'm always reflecting in my head real time, which is why I don't journal. But a lot of people be like, oh my gosh, he don't journal, which means that's, if he's profitable, then I don't need to journal, and I'm going to be profitable just like him if I don't journal. That's not the case whatsoever. Oh, he's never on his screen anymore after, once he's done on the day, he's done on the day. He doesn't really look at his screen after that like that. That's not going to make you profitable. I'm on my chapter 30. You're on your chapter 15. You're on your chapter 10. Chapter 10, it states that you need to actually get that screen time in, or you need a journal because there's something you're doing wrong, and journaling will help you to figure out what you're doing wrong. That's what your chapter 15 states, or that's what your chapter 10 states. My chapter 30, I already know what I do wrong, right? I can reflect in my head real time what I just did wrong. So I don't need a journal, or I don't really need that screen time anymore like I used to. But when I was in my chapter 10, I was journaling. I wrote it down. Before, TradeZella, TradeZinc, all that good stuff, I used to write it down, and I liked writing it down, right? I wanted to see what I was doing wrong. Even though I just wouldn't really learn from that because, again, when you're in your chapter 10, it states that you do get emotional, and sometimes you like to put the blame on other people or just the market itself. Oh, today's choppy, this and that. This is why, when I make these videos, it's coming straight from experience. Because I used to put the blame on the market. Oh, the market's choppy. This is why this and that and this, that. No, it's about how you react. When I got to my chapter 25, I learned that, it's about how you react to the choppy days. And it's not because it's choppy while you're down the day. Because it's a choppy day and I'll still be able to make money. Or I'll be break even on the day. If it was a choppy day on, chapter 10, I would have blamed the market for me losing money. I would overtrade this and that and this. And that's where journaling comes from. Journaling would help you to be able to figure out why you're doing what you're doing and, why you're wrong and why your risk to reward doesn't make sense and what your win rate's at and just figuring out what are you doing wrong. But I could already self-reflect because I'm on my chapter 30, and you don't unlock that until you're chapter 25. But a lot of people, all they see is now, and they don't understand how we got here. So stop comparing yourself to people that are in their chapter 30 when you're on your chapter 5. Because I promise you, if they're legit, they went through the chapter 5 just like you. They went through your chapter 7 every step of the way that I see most of you guys are failing at or you guys are struggling at. I've already been through all of that. I've seen exactly, every case scenario, and I've been through almost every single bit of it. I used to suck at risk management. I used to suck at trading. Like, believe it or not, I didn't come out the womb knowing how to trade. It's something that is learned, and it's something that you just need to take time on, and that discipline to fully develop. And stuff that you do outside of trading will impact the stuff you're doing now. Everything just all together comes into just chapters, and that's why I like to break it down in chapters, right? Like chapter 17, I learned that outside of trading factors impact trading factors. Like right now, I've learned in chapter 17 that your outside factors, your outside discipline will actually impact how you trade and just overall discipline. And then I realized in chapter 22 that it's not about the strategy as much as about the psychological factors behind the trade itself. Because all you need is a 51% win rate with a 1-to-1 risk reward and you'll be profitable. So with that logic, it doesn't sound too hard to be profitable. But then you learn as you get through the chapters that it's more so the emotional aspect of trading. And it's not about the strategy itself, because the strategy is pretty easy, honestly. Once you get through like chapter 11, chapter 12, you realize that it's you. You're the reason why you're not profitable. And this is why trading is not only good for the financial benefits, but it's also good for that mental benefits. You become more disciplined. You learn how to control your emotions more. And then you just get more freedom, right? You get time freedom. And it's just like all those things combined makes it worth it. This is why I want to read the whole book. That's why I want to get through the whole book. And right now I'm on my chapter 30, and you're always a student of the market. Right now you just got to adapt to what the market's doing. You never finish the book fully, right? There's always a chapter getting added that you might not know that's there. Like, for example, maybe I think I'm at the end of the chapter. I'm at the end of the book. But in reality, my chapter 31 is just around the corner. And that's probably when I start to size up or something, right? I don't know because I didn't read it yet. I'm not there yet. And you are not on chapter 30. You might be on chapter 11. You might be on chapter 5. Stop comparing yourself to people in their chapter 20s. Because people that are in their chapter 20s, they're doing something differently than you have to do at chapter 10. They might not be journaling as much, or they might be focusing on something else that you need to focus on right now. Whatever is going to help your development. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.